Hopefully that counts as something, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Good morning, everyone. Turn it up. I hope that includes all of you here with us today in New York City, as well as all of you watching via video. Even with all that's been said about Wii U so far, we know there's still key questions to be answered. By the time we're done here on stage, we hope to have provided all those answers. So let's get started. First, Wii U arrives in U.S. stores in another 66 days. That makes launch day here in America Sunday, November. On November 18th, we hope that there'll be a lot of faces across the country, across the Americas, that look just like the opening video that you saw. Those were the actual reactions of people who visited the Wii U Experience Store this summer. Many of those visitors were already familiar with the innovation that Nintendo has brought to gaming. The touchscreen of Nintendo DS, the 3D screen of Nintendo 3DS, the introduction of motion control with the Wii Remote. In fact, maybe it was our history of innovation that attracted them to the tour in the first place, to see if the Wii U gamepad could really make that same kind of difference. By the time we're done here today, I think most of you will have answered that question for yourselves. So, let's deal with the next few bottom line specifics. On November 18th, Wii U shoppers will have the chance to choose from 2 different configurations here in the Americas. The first is called the basic set. It includes the Wii console, the Wii U gamepad, an AC adapter for each, a high-speed HDMI cable, and a sensor bar.
Nice.
And as you can see, every component is white. For the deluxe set, it's full dress black. It includes everything in the basic set, plus additional storage memory, a gamepad charging cradle, and a stand for the gamepad and the console. And the deluxe set also includes Nintendo Land. And purchasers of the deluxe set will also be enrolled in the deluxe digital promotion. With it, players will receive points for each digital download that they purchase. And those points can be used for the purchase of future digital content from the Nintendo eShop. More details to be announced soon. Some of you might be wondering why we don't see any Wii remotes or Wii nunchuck controllers included in the 2 sets. The reason is that Wii U already works with your existing Wii controllers and almost all Wii games and accessories. In the United States alone, we have sold more than 100 million Wii remote controllers and more than 65 million nunchuck controllers. So there are already plenty of compatible controllers out there in the wild, and we don't want to require repurchasing that they already own. And if you're one of a handful of consumers out there without one of these controllers, we'll be selling them separately. And in fact, Wii U branded versions of the Wii Remote and nunchuck controllers should start appearing on store shelves. And the lunch set, it's $3.49. We deliberately answered most of your big questions right off the bat. Sit back.
This is not $400. $599. Oh,
What is $10?
too much bandwidth.
Joy, everything else will come. And I'm happy to say that's quite a lot. We've got new game announcements from here at home and from overseas. We'll have a short live demo of a franchise that a lot of Nintendo owners have been waiting for. And we'll show Wii U in a way you haven't considered before. And sports all over. We'll look at the full and very robust list of Wii U games that'll be available either right on launch day or coming soon thereafter. And with that, let's talk some games.
Yes.
As you saw in our opening video, since E3, some people have I think it's safe to say, the more they play the gamepad controller.
Wireless off, everyone.
Wireless off.
Among media, some of the folks right here, the comments we're seeing are like these. Paradigm-shifting potential. A pretty robust, super fun package designed around cooperation and friendly, fun competition. The potential for a new flavor of cooperative play is huge. And my favorite, rarely has something so simple been so incredibly complex. But of course, you're going to want to decide that for yourself. And one of the things you're going to want to consider is the new multifaceted Metroid attraction that lives right inside Nintendo Land, along with 11 other attractions. Bill Trinan from our Treehouse group is just back from Nintendo headquarters in Japan, where he got a long look at the latest update. So I'm going to ask both Bill and Corey Olsberry to come up here and share the highlights of how Metroid has been reimagined for Nintendo Land and Wii U. Guys?
Good morning, everyone. Corey, you ready to have some fun? Let's do it. All right. Now, I've got a few things that I want to tell you about this morning, and I'm going to try to be quick. But the one realization that I hope you all come away with is the notion that I think some of these individual attractions here in Nintendo Land, and specifically I mean the ones that we're calling team attractions, have the kind of depth, challenge, variety, and fun that is going to keep you coming back a lot, even if you consider yourself a core gamer. And I say this based on my time playing the game. And I want to show you this morning using just one mode of the team attraction, Metroid Battle. And that's what Corey and I are going to play. Now, you probably saw the foundations for Metroid Battle at E3 2011, but the mode has come a long way since then. And in fact, what we're showing you this morning is an all-new mode. And actually, I should clarify, it's Metroid Blast. I said Battle. It's Metroid Blast. But this is an all-new mode, and it's, in fact, we're not even battling. These are cooperative missions called Mission Assault. And we've got waves of enemies that we need to take out. And you can see Corey fighting on the ground on the main screen. And I'm taking some fire here from some missiles. You can see me controlling the ship up on the side screens here. And I'm using the gamepad to do that. Of course, the gamepad is central to this experience. I've got full control. The depth of control is fantastic because what I've got here is, oh, look at that. You've got Corey now grappling from the ship, and he can shoot at the enemies while I fly him around the level. So we'll go ahead and pop you up here, Corey. Let you drop down there. So I'm controlling the ship using dual analog for movement front to back and side to side. I'm also controlling my elevation. And of course, while Corey's on the ground, he's going to be using his charge-up shots. He may need to dodge enemy attacks. And he may also be using his grapple beam as he did to grab the ship, or to grapple around the environment. And these guys are shooting a lot of missiles this morning. So I've been talking quite a bit here, but apart from all of this, I think what's a lot of fun and really great about this game is the fact that we're going to have to use all of our abilities because there's a variety of different enemies. And you can see that some of them require different tactics, like these cyclones that we've got here, which if I just shoot at, they're going to kind of bounce off.
You just got me.
I'm sorry about that. But we've also got some enemies that are a little bit smarter than others, which we should be seeing in just a second if we can power through this next wave. When you grab that heart there, buddy. Okay. So I'm checking on my radar here. It kind of gives me an indication of where these new guys are. And you can see that these are Zabishans, obviously from the Metroid series. They're a little bit smarter. If I fire a missile, they're at least smart enough to run out of the blast radius. But strategically, that also helps me out because what I can do very quickly is kind of scatter them, which will make it a little bit easier for me to pick them off one by one, rather than necessarily, try to take heat from the entire group. Now, as I mentioned, this is just one mission in Assault Mission. We've got another wave of enemies here, and I think this is hopefully the last one. But this one is really, it's about 8 missions in, and that's not even halfway through what you're going to find just in this mode. And of course, Corey and I, we're here playing cooperatively together, which we can do with more than just 2 players if we want to. But the other great thing about Assault Mission is that I can play these alone if I want, and I can do that either on the ground or I can do that in the air. Oh man, talking and playing is not as easy as it may seem. Alright, I'm going to try to take these guys out. Oh, uh-oh. I think first thing I'm going to do is grab an item because I can probably use it right about now. Running a little bit low on health. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in because there we go. Nice. The other thing that's nice is using the motion to aim. It feels really natural. I think it's just perfect here. Let's see if we can get these guys taken care of, Corey. Oh, let me see if I can grab another one of these items. Whew. Now, separate from Assault Mission, the Metroid Blast attraction is also going to feature 2 additional modes, and those are also multiplayer. One is the ground versus air. Looks like we've got 1 enemy left. Where's this guy? He's right over there. And then the other is going to be a ground-only multiplayer free-for-all.